I'm gonna put it in the middle just to annoy you. Oh my god, it's not putting it in slot number 1. Greetings one and all, and welcome to another Deckard Games YouTube COVID thing. As you may know, because, well, I posted on social media, I am infected with the sickness. I have the COVID. So does the lady in the house. And, well, it is raining and thunder outside, so yeah, I think it all came together to a really cool, I suppose, Halloween video. But we are missing something. I believe last year, by this time of the year, I've built a 486 machine, because it's a scary thing, IRQ conflicts and whatnot. And again, we have COVID, bad weather outside, we are missing a third item to get that Halloween trifecta. So this time we are going to build a Windows Me machine. Pretty scary stuff, because everybody hates Windows Me, because oh my god, DOS is missing, except it isn't. It's just hidden. It is there, but well, a lot of people hate on Windows Me because they had a lot of trouble with it. I really don't remember having troubles with it back then. It was a pretty stable operating system for me, in my opinion, of course. It was also quite fast when compared to Windows 98 second edition and Windows 95. But again, it is cool that people have different experiences and different opinions about a same subject, because, well, that's democracy working, so I believe. But yeah, one thing that I believe, it is not an opinion, it's a fact. It was a way better operating system when it comes to resource management, especially the RAM manager on the system and whatnot, but whatever. Still, Windows Me is some pretty scary stuff to a lot of people. So yeah, we have again, number 1, COVID. I am down with the sickness. Number 2, very bad weather outside, rain and storm and thunder and whatnot. And Windows Me, it is the perfect alignment for Halloween, so let's take care of that. As usual, we are going to start taking a look at some hardware, and since it is Halloween and we are building a Windows Me machine, we will also have some weird choices, but stay with me, because, again, Windows Me. We are going to start with this motherboard from Gigabyte. This is the model, where is it? Oh, there it is. This is the socket A motherboard, by the way. This is model GA from Gigabyte. 7V-TXE Plus revision 1.0. It isn't the best motherboard that I own for this system. As you may have guessed, we are going with a AMD build. You have your IDE channels, floppy disk drive channel, North Bridge, South Bridge, and AGP 4 times. This is not an 8X motherboard. I would like to have an 8X motherboard for this. Well, I do. I have a few from MSI, but they are red, and I want to build something blue. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PCI slots. This is a dual BIOS motherboard, which is cool. For I/O, we have PS2 ports for mouse and keyboard, 2 USB, printer port, parallel, we have a game port, and some audio, which we won't be using. By the way, the I/O shield is in there, because this was a motherboard from one of those pre-built computers back in the day. So the I/O shield was soldered into the case, but sure, we are going to use it anyway. For CPU, we are going to use this guy over here. Let me focus this thing. This is an AMD Athlon 1600 Plus. So yeah, it was, I don't know, pretty cool stuff back in the day. This is from a time where, well, I was running a Pentium 3, I believe, my Pentium 3. And when friends and family would come to me asking for some advice and on buying a cheap machine, and by cheap I'm not talking about a small budget, I'm talking the least amount of money that one can spend, and this was a time period when I would just go, well, buy an Athlon XP because they are way cheaper and they are cool, because they with MMX and 3D Now and whatnot, and overclocking, man, this was the real first time that I heard talking about overclocking. Not that I didn't do it in the past, because I did, but well, my first overclocking experience was with my Pentium 1, where I just swapped a couple of jumpers, and instead of running at 166, it would run at 233, with no problems whatsoever, but sure. So, Athlon XP, this is what we are going to use, a 1600 plus, which is more than enough for a Windows Me machine, so sure. For system memory, we are going to use this. This is a 1 GB module from Corsair, DDR1, of course. The only thing that I don't like is the color. It's green, it is the wrong color, as you will see in a moment, but still, oh yeah, and 1 GB in a Windows 9X system, sure, it is definitely possible, because we are going to patch the operating system, and it will work with 1 GB of RAM, so plenty of RAM to go around. For graphics, we are going to use a very blue, this is a GeForce FX something, yeah, a FX 5600, 128 megabytes of DDR VRAM. It has a aftermarket cooler, which is copper and whatnot. This has a LED on there, but sure, whatever. It was always some fascinating stuff to me. The FX GeForce series wasn't a particularly good card, but I've always liked it, especially the looks and whatnot, so yeah, we have a very blue one to go with our motherboard. Again, another odd pick, but it is what it is. For sound, we have another strange thing. We are going with this Hercules. This is a Fortissimo 4, or Fortissimo, and again, it is 7.1 audio, and I believe it is cool. By the way, we are going with hardware from around 2001, I believe, 2003. I don't remember the exact date when general support ended for Windows Me. I'll put the correct date over here. I believe it is 2001. I'm not sure. Again, a Hercules Fortissimo 4. I would like to put a Hercules GPU in here, something like a Power VR. But, well, I don't have one, and they are blue, and sure, we are going with the FX 5600, but still, Hercules Fortissimo 4, a card that I heard some things back in the day, and I never had the chance to mess around with it, so we are going to do it now. We are also going to use a network adapter, because we don't have that in our integrated I/O. This Longshine, this is a 10/100 megabit network card, network adapter, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, it's blue, because there is a theme going on in here. I remember in the early 2000s, blue LED fans and whatnot, so I think blue was the color of the turn of the millennium, so we are going to use it, because this is the Millennium Edition Windows, so sure. A Longshine network adapter. It's just a freaking network adapter, but it's blue. For storage, we are going to use this Maxtor 120 gigabytes. That's a lot of gigabytes available for Windows Me. And again, it is kind of blue, because the Maxtor logo is blue, but sure, whatever. It is just a IDE hard drive, and well, it just works, so sure, that's what we are going to use. We have a lot of space to put all those games that we want to play. For removable media, we have a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive from Sony, model MPF 920. This is for 2004, but sure, well, removable media is one of the things that I don't really care when building these era-appropriate machines, because, well, it's just media. It's not real hardware, but real hardware, sure, it is. Whatever. Sony floppy disk drive, because why not? We also have an LG CD-ROM drive. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yes, it is. It is a CD burner from LG, again. IDE. This is a much later one from 2004. Same year as the floppy disk drive. Oh yeah, 2004, sure. Again, it is just a optical media drive for CDs. And we also have a DVD-ROM drive. This one is from 2005, but also from LG, because again, I like my things to be in some kind of symmetry. So yeah, we are going to use a DVD drive. We are also going to use, I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, for cooling, we are going to use a pretty generic cooler. This is from Thermaltake, but sure. It is all aluminum or aluminium, and it has a blue LED fan on top, because again, blue. This is from, I don't remember the brand, man. Raidmax? No, it is. No, Rivaltech. So this is from Rivaltech. We will have a couple of Rivaltech fans with blue LEDs, so yeah, it's just a freaking cooler. Last but not least, we are going to use some front fan controller thing, temperature monitor kind of situation, which is the Cooler Master Aerogate 2. Because why not? Because we have a blue thingy. Oh no, this changes colors. Yeah, I'm gonna use it in blue, but I believe you can change the color on this. It has a color button in there, so sure. I don't know, man. I think it will look cool in front of our case. Man, we have some fan controllers. It controls up to 4 fans. Of course, you can plug any kind of fan you want. It says VGA, hard disk drive, case, and CPU. We will probably be using the VGA one, because again, this is an aftermarket cooler. There you go, the header. I could plug it in there with an adapter, but sure, we are going to use it in here. The Cooler Master Aerogate 2, which will go perfectly fine with the PC case that we are going to use, which is a Cooler Master Centurion 5, butchered by me back in the day. It now has a fan on the side panel. This isn't stock, it is something that I did, so sure. All this being powered by a Seasonic 600 watt power supply, more than enough. This is a much newer power supply, because I don't really trust old power supplies, so sure, we are going to use this one, and it looks like it was made for this case, because it screws on top and whatnot. It stays in there really secure, so yeah, let's start putting things together. We can start by putting our CPU in there. As always, the little arrow on the CPU goes to the arrow on the CPU socket. You have two sides which, in the pins, they are not 90 degrees, they're 45. There's one with 45 and another with 45. It only goes in one way, so you just put it in there. There you go. The temperature sensor is pushing it up, but well, just hold it in place, close the lever, and well, CPU is installed. Why not put the RAM in there also? It's a very simple installation. Just align the notch on the module with a notch on the RAM socket. I'm gonna put it in the middle just to annoy you. Oh my god, it's not putting it in slot number 1. It doesn't matter, so sure, push it down. RAM is installed, so we are going to put a little bit of thermal compound in there. Again, this is such a small die, and it is exposed, as you can see, that, well, you don't really need a lot of thermal compound, but sure. Next we can turn this around, because we have to, and we just grab our cooler. By the way, it only goes in one way. It has this edge over here, which overlaps this. We are just going to secure it from one side, like this. Now we can grab a screwdriver, and we can put it in place, hopefully not damaging our motherboard. There you go. As always, grab it by the cooler. To see if it's in place, we can already plug our CPU fan, which I've already routed around the fan itself. So yeah, look at that. Motherboard is all assembled. Very quick stuff, because Windows Me is fast, man. I keep telling you, it is a stable operating system and fast, but sure, there you go. We are ready to put stuff inside the other bigger stuff, so yeah. Well, since our power supply is already in there, I cannot say that the first thing to go in will be the motherboard, but let's pretend it is. We'll just put it in place. I have to get this cable out of the way. So it will be something like this. Yeah, this cable hides under the motherboard, which is fine by me, and well, we just have to screw it in there. So as always when building PCs, you gotta screw your PC. So motherboard is screwed in place. I can already plug this fan cable thingy, which is all twisted, but sure. This is from the exhaust fan, which by the way, it is a noise blocker fan. Since I have this since forever, and since our machine is lying down like this, I believe we can put something else in here, like our hard drive, because why not? I'm gonna try and put it on the bottom. So this is a toolless case. It will go over here like so, and we just push this thing, there you go, and lock it. And look at that, 2000s awesomeness. So our cards don't really need any wiring, so I have to plug the front I/O in there, but it doesn't obstruct me, so sure. Sound card, our Hercules Fortissimo will go in the bottom, because I'm an old school guy, and sound cards always go at the bottom. Very blue network adapter goes in here. Like so. No screws needed. I love it. And there we have our FX 5600, which will grab power for the fan at the front panel thingy that we are going to use. So I'll have to deal with this. I don't want the wire to be showing that much. Sure, I'll see it later. I'll deal with this later. For now, we are just going to plug this thing in like this. Yeah, maybe it should go from this side, something like this. Yeah, this way I can push it here. Yeah, sure, why not? There you go. Our cards are in place. So the next thing that we can do is to put some optical drives. So I suppose, yeah, let's take care of that. So first goes our floppy disk drive. There's really only one place it can go. Just align the hole and secure it in place. Man, you gotta love this screwless design. In goes our DVD-ROM, which goes into slave, secondary channel. It will work as a slave. I thought slavery was abolished. I'm just joking. There you go. And then our CD burner, which will work again on the secondary channel, but as master. Just secure it in place. Ah man, what a lovely sight. Now we have this freaking octopus. Look at that. It's missing one side, but well, it is the side where it is toolless, but sure, we'll have to use it like this anyway. So yeah, I suppose I need to pass the cables first, like so. And this will go in here. Yeah, look at that. I like it. So, yeah, this won't secure from this side. I think I need to screw this from the other side. And, yeah, sure, of course. There you go. I believe one screw gets the job done, so sure. We are ready to plug some cables, and there's a lot, as we already seen. And there you go. It will look something like this. All the cables are routed and whatnot. Here we have the cable which controls the RPM on the GPU fan. Here we have another connector which will receive the side panel fan, the one that I put in there. And cable management is okay. It's not the greatest, but again, it is the early 2000s, so yeah, I think it looks somewhat clean. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is this front I/O bunch of cables, which come from the left side. There's no way to route them to the other side, to the right panel, but sure. Again, man, it's the 2000s, so we are not worrying about cable management. You can see all the stuff. So I believe, in my honest opinion, nevertheless, I still think it needs a little bit more blue. Maybe I'll take care of that in a future video. Maybe grab some blue 2000s LED. I had a few from Thermaltake and whatnot, but well, I can't seem to find it, so it will stay like this for now. So yeah, I think it's awesome. So very blue, and I don't know, man. Let's power this thing on. Oh, there you go, our NVIDIA FX and our dual BIOS thingy going on. 1 GB of RAM. Everything seems to be okay. Ah man, these were the days indeed. Some Windows Me or Millennium Sounds, startup sounds, and well, we couldn't even see the boot screen logo because I keep telling you, man, Windows Me is fast, and you're probably saying, well, we have a fast CPU. Yes, but if you put a Windows 98 Second Edition installation in this system, you will see how much slower it is when it comes to OS booting. But sure, let's dive into some Windows Me greatness. Well, here we have Windows Millennium up and running. The first thing that we are going to do is, of course, to change the wallpaper. There you go, to a Windows Me wallpaper, because you gotta do so. So everything is installed. There we go. The Windows Me registered for Me. That makes sense. Our Athlon 1700 Plus, 1 GB of RAM on the Windows 9X machine. All the drivers are correctly installed and whatnot. I've already installed a bunch of games. And here we have our hard drive, 31 GB of utilized space and 83 free, which is awesome. Here we have the software from our Hercules Fortissimo 4. We can go up to 7.1 channels and whatnot. I believe I've already activated, 3D gaming support. Not sure if this makes any kind of difference. Maybe I'll do a video on this sound card and check the difference without gaming support and with it. So who knows? And yeah, we have a bunch of things already installed. And I gotta say, installation was really smooth. I didn't have any kind of issues with it, not with drivers, not with any kind of software, but again, that's just part of my experience. I know a lot of people have different ones, but well, this is pretty much the experience that I had back in the day. It just ran, and we can play some Space Cadet. I mean, such a great built-in game. DOS command prompt is here for all those older games, but again, man, this is the turn of the millennium, so we gotta play some proper games. There isn't much to show on Windows Me. It is a Windows 9X, so sure. Oh, by the way, we can run CPU-Z, the vintage version, to see our AMD Athlon XP logo, because why not? Our motherboard from Gigabyte and whatnot, it has the latest BIOS. AGP is running at 4 times, because well, it is the maximum. Maybe I will swap the motherboard again. I have motherboards with the AGP8X, but they are all from MSI, meaning that they are all red. But I don't know, maybe I'll try to sort a blue one. So yeah, everything is working a-okay, as is to be expected. So man, again, this was my Windows Me experience back in the day. So probably you're disappointed. You wanted to see some blue screens and whatnot, some troubles with drivers and stuff. No. I don't know what to say. This is it. So I suppose it is time to you know what? We gotta play some games.
Give me an ID. Oh! Come on, get lost. Hey, thanks. We interrupt your programming with a message from the State Department. All programs that in some welding devices must be automatically closed because of a severe weather warning. Meteorologists are... You gotta get a better job. Show some reserve!
Play. Anytime, boss. Move out, boss. You got an order on my way.
Unit promoted.
On my way.
Unit promoted.
I'm there.
Primary objective achieved.
Take it, baby!
Congratulations. We've reestablished contact with Fort Bradley. We're turning over control of the base and its troops to you. Incoming transmission. Good work, Commander. We're back in contact with the fort. Tanya has sent over intel on the location of an important Soviet supply base in the area. General Carville would like you to dispose of it ASAP. Unit ready.
On my way. How about some action?
Unit ready.
On the move!
Unit ready.
And there you go, a Windows Me, I'm gonna call this another dream or ultimate build, because I really appreciate how it ended up. And again, as I've mentioned before, this is or was my Windows Me experience back in the day without any kind of issues. I just installed the OS and the drivers and games and software and whatnot, and it just straight up works really fast, really stable. But again, it is cool to see how different people have different experiences while experimenting on the same OS. Nevertheless, it is working fine. I dig the aesthetics of the machine. I don't know, man, it pleases me to have a Windows Me machine going on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it like this or not. Maybe I'll do a couple of changes. Not really sure. First of all, well, it needs more blue inside, but well, that's just some aesthetic kind of thing. So I don't know, stay tuned for future videos on upgrading the ultimate Windows Me PC build. It's freaking raining outside again, but sure, again, pretty stable stuff, and I'm proving it to you. So I don't know, man, I enjoy Windows Me, so take that for a Halloween trick or treat. In this case it's more of a trick, but whatever. So yeah, if you enjoy this video, leave it a thumbs up, because I appreciate when your thumbs are pointing towards the sky. Subscribe to the channel around here somewhere, click that subscribe button. Your support is always very much appreciated, as you already know. Stay tuned for future videos. You can follow me on social media if you want to, because social media is social media. Everybody is in there. Not that I really appreciate social media, but sure, I'm there also because I don't want to be left out and left all sad and alone. So yeah, I'm off to cure my COVID thing going on, so hopefully I will have a better voice for the next video, or maybe this one is the better one. I don't know, you tell me. As always, thank you very much for watching this Windows Me thing that you just did. Again, I really appreciate it. And until my next video, please do, as always, take care.